Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel about the way that you look today? Now, this question may seem silly to some of you and may be easy for some of you to answer. But for some of us, it's a question that constantly plays through our mind every single day. It's something that we wish we could stop worrying about, but simply just cannot. When I moved here from Botswana as a young girl, I noticed that I was different. I noticed that I didn't fit into the beauty standards that were set by our society. And as I grew up, continuing to see other girls on social media, I began to pick apart every single feature on my face. I began to convince myself that I wasn't perfect, and that I would do anything to change the way that I looked. I began to turn all of my differences into insecurities. I know that many girls can relate to how I felt. I know that many of us have felt the need to change something that we're insecure about in order to fit in. And I know that these insecurities have forced us to face so many negative emotions in our lives. So ladies and gentlemen, today I will be talking about insecurities and how it has affected the lives of many teenage girls. Insecurities contribute to the ever-present issues of depression and anxiety amongst adolescents. After being exposed to social media for most of our lives, our generation has constantly grown up, comparing, judging, and evaluating ourselves, causing many of us to develop insecurities which lower our self-esteem and destroy our mental health. As we scroll through social media, we see girls with their slimmer bodies and perfect skin being praised for their beauty. We see that they have gained approval from the public, and due to our addiction of hearing praise from others, we believe that we must look like these girls in order to be considered beautiful. However, what we fail to realize is that these images on social media are altered in some way. Under all the editing, filters, and makeup, we realize that these girls are real people just like us. Rather than understanding that no one is perfect, we continue to convince ourselves that we should be insecure about our differences, and that the only way to deal with our insecurities is to hide behind them. As we continue to wear baggier clothes because we're insecure of our body, or wear makeup because we're insecure of our skin, we keep creating temporary solutions that will never allow us to truly be happy. The only way to overcome our insecurities is through self-acceptance and understanding that people are not judging us like we think they are. Through self-acceptance and not caring about other people's opinions, we will learn to love and embrace ourselves, knowing that deep down our differences are what make us beautiful. The day we learn to accept ourselves for what we look like is the day that we lift this huge burden that insecurities have placed upon us off of our shoulders. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stop letting our insecurities from controlling our lives. After years of worrying about the way that I look, I've learned to love myself. I realize that our differences make us unique, not imperfect. With our different skin tones and different hair colors, we are all different from one another, but we are all beautiful in our own way. So, let me ask you this again. How do you feel about the way that you look today?